I am literally just putting in my earrings. How are y'all doing? It's been a few, wait, almost like 2 weeks? I know. I didn't intend for it to get that long, but I have been so busy. If you follow me on, well, no, I think the video should be up here. My Take Steps. Hi, how are you? The Take Steps vlog should be up on YouTube, I think, by now. Let me actually double check that. I'm still editing like the other vlog for Instagram and everything, but I've been so busy. Basically, May was full like fundraiser mode. You guys saw all of that stuff for Take Steps. Yep, my Take Step video is live. Hold up. Hey guys, it's right here. And then hey guys, we are live from Take Steps, Virginia. I am one of your honored heroes. It's up there. But May was just full of Take Steps stuff and like all the events I had. And then I'm a full-time student, so I had finals. Literally like I had finals in the mix of Take Steps. So I had like presentations, finals. I finished my last final this previous Sunday night. So I've been super busy, and I literally, when I was finished doing like work, and I work too. So I work full time, work part time, go to school full time, and then I still have like my other like content stuff. So when I had free time during the night, I would literally just have to like do schoolwork or stuff that I was like obligated to post on certain days. I had to just get that stuff up. So live streaming got put on the back burner. But now that it's summer, I'm hoping to like actually have a schedule and stick to that schedule so you guys will know when I'm going live. But we're gonna change my ostomy. I usually do my live streams a little bit later, but I needed to do it earlier because my skin is itching and I'm pretty sure it is very irritated. So let's take this off. This thing right here just helps with like if your barrier is getting loose around your bag, this helps kind of like secure it to your skin and keep it from leaking. So I love these. I have about 3 of them that are just like around my house, and I just snatch one up whenever I need it. But I usually always bring these with me when I'm traveling because it's just a lot of anxiety around like constantly being on the go, and like especially if it's summertime, the sweat will cause your bag to kind of peel up. As you guys come in, make sure you guys are liking the live. Like the live. We're gonna set a goal for this summer to hit 5. I don't know if it's gonna be 5K, which is like the original goal, or a higher goal, and then you guys are gonna name my stoma with me. My stoma is what is under this bag right here. But yeah, what else has been going on? Literally, I feel like sometimes when I do stuff online, it's like, do I really need to update y'all? I'm gonna tie my hair back too. Do I really need to update y'all? Because y'all literally see most of my the stuff that I will be sharing. You guys typically see it online already. I did go to, I'm looking for my scrunchie that I usually keep in here. I did go to a show. What show was it? I saw Julian Baker and Torres. If you guys are familiar with Boy Genius and like their music, Julian Baker is one of the singers in Boy Genius. So I went to her show. There is a vlog up. This is my supply bag, by the way. It looks a mess. I need to like make a video and like repackage it and everything. But that was a super cool show. The vlog is up on my TikTok. I need to like post it on YouTube and Instagram. But that was fun. I'm going to have a video going up probably in the next 2 weeks about just going to general admission shows with your ostomy, because I do want to do like a more polished version of that. So that's going to be going up. I have some more show. I'm literally going to a show every month. If I buy these tickets for June, I'll be going to a show every month until like the end of August, I think, if I don't have an August show. As you guys come in, make sure you're liking the live. We're just getting all of my supply stuff ready to change my ostomy bag. So this was my trash bag that comes with all of your bags. These are pieces of cotton gauze that I'll use just to like clean the skin. I like these ones. I get them from my wound care nurse because they're super soft and they're not super scratchy like other gauzes. So I love these. We're gonna get some of these out. This should be enough. Yeah, that may be too much actually. And my ostomy bag. We're gonna have to cut this, so I'm kind of happy that I get to show you guys how I cut my ostomy barriers when they're not pre-cut, because my supply company kind of messed up with my order a little bit, and they're still usable, so I'm just going to cut it myself. That is on there like that. These are scissors, and I like them because they're on a little curve and they help get inside of the barrier because you have to cut it in a circle. So we have those. We have an adhesive remover spray, which is pretty self-explanatory. It removes the adhesive around my ostomy bag. This is a lubricating deodorant. And this helps with just bag odor. If you reuse this like every 2-ish days, you can have a relatively odorless bag throughout the whole duration. But I don't. I kind of really only use it when I put on a fresh bag, or I'll use it sometimes more often if I'm away from home. This is a wound cleanser. And then this is a skin barrier wipe, and I also have an adhesive remover wipe, which basically does the same thing as this, but just in a wipe form. And you guys will see how I use everything. But first things first, let's tie the hair back. If you're in, make sure you're liking the stream. Typically I kind of do this thing when I go live. If I see that you guys are liking the stream, sharing the stream, subscribing, I keep going. I give you guys as much energy as you give me. So let's just have that as like a general rule as we go throughout the night. We are going to get into my bag change. I can't stay on super long today. So we're going to get into that. Just some disclaimers. If you don't want to see intestines or poop or possibly red bodily fluid, if you know what I'm talking about, any kind of inside on the outside of that thing those things make you uncomfortable, it is okay. You can leave now. You do not have to stay. Depending on how things go, if it gets too crazy, sometimes I turn on super chat only questions, where I only answer questions if I have a super chat. But if it's a fairly laid back day, sometimes I'll be nice and I'll just answer questions as I get it. It just depends on the vibe. Every day I go live is a different vibe, so it depends on what kind of energy that you guys give me. And again, I interact and respond to chats if I see that you guys are vibing with me. And the best way I can see that you're vibing with me is if you like and share the live. I mainly do this for ostomy education. Having an ostomy can be very isolating. A lot of times people have to get ostomies due to sicknesses that are very, very hard to deal with on their own. So then to have something that is kind of taboo in the public eye, it gets really, really hard to talk about it, and even harder to educate people about what you're going through. So I mainly do my lives and change my ostomies, and answer questions. And yeah, give me 1 second because I'm doing an ostomy support group, like co-facilitator thing tomorrow. And my partner is the person that's co-facilitating with me. She's texting me right now and I can see it come up on my screen. So I'm just going to respond back to her. But all of the disclaimer things are still inactive. So as soon as I finish with this text message, then I'll get started on my bag change. All right, cool. So before we get started, before we take off any of the bag stuff, I will give you guys another warning before I take that off. We're just going to, already tied my hair up, so we're going to tuck my shirt under my bra. And then we're going to cut my barrier. A lot of times, if you've been on my lives before, then you know that I order my barriers pre-cut. It just makes it a lot easier during the bag change process. And if you're traveling with pre-cut barriers, a lot of times you don't have to bring scissors because they can get really wonky about scissors when you're flying. But I haven't had any like major issues. One time I did have my like ostomy supplies flagged or whatever, and I just told them it was medical supplies and I got to go through. But I cut my ostomy at this 25 mark right here. So I just make a little vertical like snip that's straight up and down, and then I'm gonna try to show y'all. You guys see that? I follow the curve of the scissors and the curve of the guidelines they have on here. And it's a fairly simple process. Just cut. And a lot of times, say if I cut this too small, because my stoma does this weird thing where it swells sometimes. I'll show you guys a little quick trick that I do versus cutting more off. Unless it's like dramatically too small, then you probably need to cut more. But I would just take my hand and just stretch the hole with my hand versus cutting more. The stretching is a little bit more forgiving if you're kind of off. It's 18 of you guys in here. Make sure you guys are liking the live. I like for the ratios to be fairly even. So 16 to 16. 18 to 18. You guys get my drift. So like and share the live. I love you guys so much. So we cut this. We're going to now connect it to my actual new pouch. And you basically put that on by snapping it together like this and then just clamping it like this. And this pouch is through Coloplast. I love their bags. It's the only bags that I use. Now we're going to put in a lubricating deodorant, and it's literally just a liquid deodorant for your ostomy. And sometimes I'm more generous with this, sometimes I'm not. It literally just depends on what I have going on. I like to just rub that around the bottom of the bag. Let's close this because I've dropped this before and it will spill out. And now we're going to we're going to do that first. We're going to like be proper with this. So take this, we're going to unravel it. The little seal already came off in here, but you can just take the seal off the other side, stretch it, and you're going to stretch this to be a little bit smaller than the hole you put here. It doesn't have to be super precise. You eyeball it, but just a little bit smaller. And this will basically be like a plug for around the hole, similar to like plumbing. You kind of put that putty stuff around a leak and that just helps secure the water in your pipes a little bit more. It's the same principle when you're doing it with your ostomy bag. So you're just gonna take the sticky back off and put this see, this hole is not cut perfect at all. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is not a precision thing. You just put that on there. See, it's a little bit smaller. Make sure it's like secure. It's sticky, so it kind of just adheres to itself anyways. And then you're gonna take it and curve the edges inside of the hole you cut. And my ostomy nurse taught me this. I love it so much because it's just like so secure. If you guys are watching the live, make sure you like. I see 24, so like the live. By liking the live, you're pushing this ostomy education out into the universe, and you allow me to keep going. Because like I said, I give you guys the energy that I feel like you guys are giving me. So if I'm not seeing a lot of interaction, then that lets me know that you guys just want me to hurry up and just get off the line. Not answer any questions, not tell you guys anything about how I ended up in this situation. So yeah, just keep that in mind as we go along. Make sure you're liking the live. All right, so the bag is fully prepped now. We are about to take off my ostomy bag. Again, simple disclaimers: if you guys don't want to see poop or organs or red bodily fluids or anything internal on the outside, you can leave. I will not take it to heart. I understand that it's not everybody's cup of tea. But if you do stay around, like the live. Got you. Like the live, be respectful. You can ask the question. 9 times out of 10, I've probably seen the question before. But use your own intuition. If something is like very, very weird, like keep it to yourself maybe, or ask Google, because I am not Google. I'm a resource, but I am not Google, and I am not your doctor either. So anything that I say and anything that I do is because it works for me, and I've talked to my doctors about it. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So you should ask your doctor if you want to try anything that I say or I do. So yeah, let's just get started. This is an adhesive remover spray. It again loosens the adhesive around my bag. Now, I know my skin is going to be a little bit irritated. If it isn't, I'll be surprised, because my ostomy has been itching, like the skin around it has been itching, my stomach skin. And I've kept this bag on for a hot minute because I've been so busy. So we're going to take the bag off. Are you guys ready? Let me know in the chat if you guys are ready for me to take off my bag, because we can prolong this if you guys want me to. So let me see in the chat if you guys are ready for me to get on with this process. Well, wait, I have some trash that I need to pick up anyways. We're also going to get out a baby wipe, just in case I need to soothe the skin. Ready, Ava? Okay, thank you. Thank you for being the first brave one that I see. Hi. Yeah, I'm going to take out this baby wipe. These are sensitive, unscented baby wipes, and I love using these because I don't have to worry about that residue. A lot of times you might think it smells good, you might think it's moisturizing, but that residue will cause your bag to not stick and you will get leaks. Use unscented, use sensitive. Literally, if you just had water and a paper towel, that'll probably be your best bet. Yes, and before we get started, also, because I'm actually about to do it now because I actually don't have all night. My mod will sometimes answer questions that I have already answered, or I answer a lot. If I see my mod respond to something and you keep asking the question, I probably will not answer you because you've already gotten a response. Trust me, my mod knows my situation. And if they don't know, a lot of times they'll pin a question or say a username or questions that I need to answer. So just be respectful of my mod. She's here to help me. And yeah, let's get started this time. So again, adhesive remover spray. It loosens the adhesive on my bag, even though this one is already kind of peeling, as you guys can see. That's why I had that little belt on it at the beginning of the live. But usually a couple of sprays of this. I desperately need to shave my stomach too. Like, it doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, my skin is irritated. I'll show you guys how much this bag was like about to leak. We're gonna put this on there. This doesn't hold up my bag. It literally just stops poo from getting everywhere. Hold up, let me just tuck it in my pants. This was literally leaking and I didn't even notice. I had it on for a minute though. It had been time for it to come off, but I was just doing other things. And that's why it was so itchy around here, because poop was touching my skin. My ostomy, my actual stoma, which is what this pink thing is, it actually doesn't look that bad. Oh, do you guys see that? I don't feel when I poop. So a lot of times if I'm looking at the chat and not looking directly down at myself, this is what happens. So that's on my pants, and I'm gonna have to like clean up after I get off live. I've been having this really bad issue for the past like 2 weeks too, with my stool just being way too loose. I've eaten all the things that typically thicken up my stool, and nothing has really worked. So I told myself and I told my mom, this is a baby wipe. If it went on for more than like a week more, I was gonna reach out to my wound care nurse because it's actually kind of bonkers. Yeah, I'm gonna get that off the floor. Yeah, it's like super loose, and that's why this is happening. Typically, when I poop on live, it's not that big of a deal. It'll just be on the gauze, but it's like literally water. So sorry guys, you probably will not be able to see my stoma a lot this live because I have to hold this up. If not, it's going to get all over me. But feel free to ask questions as we're doing the process. This is a wound cleanser, and I just like this for cleaning my stoma and my skin. This isn't my favorite brand to use, but it's decent. As you guys are watching, make sure you're liking the live. I have 40 viewers right now. I should at least have 20 likes. At the very, very least. Yeah, this is like super watery. You got probably the comments are blocking it, so you guys really can't see it that much. But it's like water. I'm gonna have to get some more gauze out. Wow, you guys are quiet tonight. Usually I have so many questions and like things going on. But if you guys just want to sit and watch, we can do that. It doesn't really bother me too much. What is that? It's a stoma. It's a little piece of my small intestine pulled through my abdominal wall and kind of folded back on itself. So kind of turned inside out. But it's my small intestine. You guys are going to see as I get closer to my stoma today, I am going to be a little bit softer because that skin is irritated. Why it's out like that? Because I have Crohn's disease. So I had a surgery to pull it out so that they can remove my colon. If you don't have Crohn's disease, and you haven't had like a physical injury, something like that, then another popular reason to have an ostomy or a stoma is colon cancer or other kind of like gastrointestinal diseases. It's okay. I'm actually fully recovered. I'm in treatment for the most part. My treatment is working for like my gut at the very least. We still just have some joint issues that we're dealing with my Crohn's. But yeah, I chose to permanently have an ostomy. So I have my ostomy and then my butthole got sewn up. And that was last May. Oh my goodness. We are like quickly approaching a year since my last surgery. And that's bonker. This year has been the longest period in 5 years that I've stayed out of the hospital. I think I'm actually gonna put on exactly. My mom just said it. It's 96 people watching and only 6 likes. We at the very least should be at a 50 ratio. So look at your phone, double tap the screen, and if you already double tapped, thank you so much. Just share the live. Just share the live. Well, I'm happy that I was able to expose you to the world of ostomies. Yes, please like the live. Because what I'll do is typically I'll just start doing my own thing, getting through the process, and then I'll get off. It's red because it's my intestines. Your intestines are red. It's like a reddish pink. Sometimes the colors can get a little bit wonky looking at them on live. But it's like a reddish pink. It's a sign that your intestines are healthy, actually. Yeah, no problem. Make sure you guys are liking the live. I'm gonna give this some time to air out, but what I might do too is put on some ostomy powder. Does it feel weird for it to be out like that? So I actually don't have any nerve endings in the actual stoma, so I don't feel a lot. I will say after surgery, it's a process of getting used to like not being overly cautious. Um, like when you're after surgery, um, when you're after surgery, like you're very, thank you so much. I appreciate it. After surgery, you're very cautious about like people bumping your stomach or being too close to you because you don't want them to hit you. But you get over it after a while. Oh, thank you. And I feel the same exact way. Without my ostomy, I know for a fact that I would not be here like in this capacity today. So I appreciate it. And I'm happy that you love your loop. When I had a loop ileostomy, it was kind of annoying. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, Tyler's home. I'm going to see Tyler the Creator this summer. I didn't realize that that was your profile. But yeah, I'm seeing Tyler this summer. I'm actually very excited. What's a loop? So there's a lot of different types of ostomies. You can have a urostomy, which is more connected to like your bladder and like urine system, and then you have two ostomies that are typically connected to your gastrointestinal system, so like your pooping system, and it's an ileostomy, which is your small intestine, which is what I have. That's typically on your right side, and then you have a colostomy, which is on your left side usually, and that's connected to your. Did you guys see that? I may have to put on my bag and then answer questions after that because I have no idea what's going on with my poop today. It's like super loose, it's super watery, and I've noticed it like in the toilet dumping my bag, but I didn't know that it was like this crazy. And that's why I stepped back too because I was like, if this like decides to go crazy everywhere, I don't want to get it on my rug. And it literally just went crazy. So ask all your questions. And then what I'll do is after I have on my bag, I will go through and answer the ones that I like. Generally, what I do is if you super chat your question, I always answer it. But I kind of go through and pick the ones that I feel like I don't answer a whole lot. When did I get it? I got my first ostomy in January of 2022, and I've had around 3 ostomies since because I had to go in and get like revisions when things was not right. And then I had a J pouch, so I didn't have an ostomy for around 5 months. in 2020, between 2023 and 2024. And then in May of last year, I got my permanent ostomy. So that was them going back and putting this baby back, and I got my butthole sewn up. So I don't have a butthole. Why did I get it? I got it because I have Crohn's disease. It's an autoimmune disease that impacts your gastrointestinal tract. So my colon was like severely inflamed. My joints were inflamed. I couldn't eat. I was severely like malnourished. So this was a way for me to get my life back. So I'm not going to be looking at the chat because I just want to put the new bag on really, really quickly. But I'll have like I'll try to have a longer Q&A session, especially if I like the way my likes look. But right now it's almost 200 of you guys in here, and it's only 10 likes. What is that? So by the time I'm finished, if I don't like the way the likes look, did you guys see that? This keeps happening. Oh my God. Every time I stop to talk to y'all, I think that's my body saying hurry up. So if I don't like the way my legs look, I'm not going to answer questions. Let's just put it that way. I have to focus. Because this is getting super messy super quick. If you guys have been here before, then you guys know it's usually not like this, but I don't know what is going on. And my light just died. So if it gets dark, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're just going to have to leave this like this for like a few minutes. And then once it stops, I'll dry my skin enough for it to come back. And I may have to just change my bag a little bit more frequently for like the next week, just so I can keep control of my skin. This is a skin barrier wipe. It just preps your skin for the new bag. I'll answer questions when I'm done, I promise. I just don't want to continue having this spill out everywhere and like all over my hands. Even though I'm used to poop doesn't mean I want it all over me. Hold on, we're gonna dry my skin with a dry gauze because if not, my back is gonna peel. Sorry guys, I just had to put the bag on. So, alright, I want to get to answering questions as I clean up the mess that this has made. Let me just scroll and see what I like. My mod is answering things. And I hope you're doing well. I think I explained it. My last surgery was last May. Why they have to sew your bottom closed? So they had to do that because I no longer have a colon. So my colon was already gone. And then if I have my small intestines all stopping all the way up here, There's nothing connected to my bottom, and that's just not the way your body needs to stay with like that open like that. So they sew that all closed so that your body kind of just heals and your stoma and everything functions properly. Yay! I'm happy that you were able to get Coloplast. I love their bag. I love Coloplast is actually based. I want to say, is it Europe? It's not based in America actually. So that's something that I always find to be very interesting. Especially because Hollister's bags, which is like another popular company, I believe they're based over here. Do you guys have any other questions? If there's any ostomates in the chat, I just talked about it at the beginning, but I will be co-hosting an ostomy support group tomorrow night. It's linked on my Instagram and on my TikTok. I didn't link it over here. But yeah, it's gonna be super cool. Super duper cool. I cleaned all of that up for the most part, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to contact my wound care nurse because my poop is like extremely loose right now, and I've tried all the things. And I'm like, sometimes if you're like dehydrated, your poop can get really loose, but I know for a fact that I have been more dehydrated than I am right now. And it's still like loose. It's running out me like water. We're just gonna clean all of this up. But yeah, now that I am done with the busy season of my life, hopefully, yes, I can go swimming. These bags are water resistant. They're not waterproof, but there's like extra little things you can put around the barrier to like help it stick on more if you're nervous about that. But I've taken baths. Have I gotten into pools? I don't know if I've gotten into pools. I'm not a swimmer. I can't swim. I don't really enjoy pools and like beaches and stuff. So I know for a fact I have taken a bath with my bag on and it has not come off. So yeah. And I take showers with my bag on all the time. This is nice. It feels so nice to have a fresh bag on. This stuff is, and like these little trash bags, you can literally just tie them up when you're done. Super convenient. Let's zip in this supply bag up. I typically only bring this supply bag with me if I'm going on a longer trip. But I have this really cool travel bag that it's posted on my socials at this point. That I bring with me for short trips, and I can pretty much hold everything that I need in those. Or sometimes I'll have my small bag in my carry-on and put this bigger bag in my check bag. But yeah, I need to wash my hands because it's got everywhere. Even though I did clean it up, it's a lot. Do you guys have any other questions? I'm probably going to wrap up in the next few minutes. You guys did not get my likes where I liked them, so we're wrapping it up. I have some editing and stuff I need to get to. But yeah, I totally recommend. Oh, before I head off, let me just tell you guys about this. I pretty much talk to you guys like I'm on FaceTime. I am not in like a Uber commercial, make this more complicated than it has to be mood tonight. But I will be doing giveaways, Take Steps giveaways soon. There's going to be giveaways to certain like products. brands and stuff that I've worked with have given me products to give away to y'all. So we're going to be doing that. And in order to qualify for the giveaway, we're going to have giveaways from Buoy Hydration, Osea, their products, super bougie, but super good. And some other like businesses local to like the RVA area too. But in order to qualify for the giveaway, you have to had donated to my fundraiser. And the fundraiser has been linked in the description of all of my videos that I posted since the beginning of the year. Or you've had to have bought one of my Take Steps t-shirts. They're the purple shirts that are that I wear in my Take Step video that I literally just posted today. And I've talked about it in a couple other like lives and other videos and other like clips across my socials. But if you have either donated to my team or bought a t-shirt, because for the month up until the end of May, all the profit from my t-shirts after production cost are being donated to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. So again, if you have donated to my Take Steps team directly or you've bought a t-shirt, you'll be entered automatically in my giveaways, and then I'll be posting the giveaways probably in the next week. I'll reach out to the giveaway winners and you guys will get all of your stuff. Again, it's going to be products, sports game tickets, and even a night at this super fancy hotel. I've never even gotten to stay at the hotel, but I'm giving away a night to my followers. But yeah, that is all for me today. I have to get back in my live stream mode and like stamina because gosh, does this get tiring. And I have to like make sure all my stuff is like recharged again. I was going live 2 times a week when I first started this. I just got super busy. But we're bringing it back. We're going to gradually get into it. Yeah, we're going to talk about more stuff, do more stuff. I may have lives where maybe I don't change my bag. Maybe I'm doing stuff like with my ostomy products or something that I have to get done and I just want to go live and talk to you guys. So make sure you, again, are subscribed to my YouTube channel so you know when I go live. I usually post my lives at least 2 hours before I actually go live because sometimes they're a little bit more spontaneous. But yeah, and if you guys ever need any ostomates that actually need any support or any recommendations for anything, just reach out or comment on my videos. A lot of times I do respond to all of my comments. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. Make sure you're being kind to yourself, listening to your bodies, drinking water. You're doing the best that you can, and you're going to continue doing the best that you can. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.